Hi friends, in previous video we learned the default constraint, check constraint, not null constraint. In this video we will use the primary key and unique key. In coming session we will discuss the foreign key and index constraint because video length is more. So that is why I don't want to spend more time on a video. So if video length is less, we can also learn easily. So in this session, we learn the primary key and a unique key. So first of all, what is the use of a primary key? Primary key, the table can have only one primary key. Table have only one primary key. Okay, and primary key, okay, primary key doesn't allow duplicate values. Duplicate values. Now coming to the unique unique constraint. Unique constraint table can have multiple unique table can have multiple unique constraint multiple unique constraints. Okay, that is the difference. And unique also unique constraint doesn't allow null values. Doesn't allow null values. Okay, if I misspell, okay, don't consider that one. I am writing the first right. Now, how to use this primary key and a unique key? So in real time, so in what scenario we have to use this primary key and okay, primary key and unique key. So I'm just dropping these two tables we created the previously. Drop table, okay, table register and drop table register 1. So I'm just dropping these two tables. Execute, okay, successfully. Now I want to create these tables again. Now first table I have a ID column and a name column, salary column, age column. Second table I want to create a primary key to this ID column. Primary key. This is a syntax we have to use. And not null we discussed in a previous session and the salary also we discussed. Now I'm just removing this constraint. Okay, I'm just removing this. Now one more is a unique. So what I want this first I want to give the first name instead of a name I'm giving the first name and I'm just removing the not null. Okay, and I want to create a one more column that is a last name. Okay, two columns I have last name and here also I want to create these two columns, then we can understand the difference. If constraint is there, what will happen? If not constraint, what will happen? Then you can understand. Now I am going to create this one. Okay, I don't want to allow duplicate values for this first name and last name, and I'm giving the unique constraint. Unique constraint. So I told you unique constraint you can give the multiple columns. Okay, unique constraint. So I given a primary key and I given unique constraint to this first name and last name. Okay, and here I'm using the default constraint 0 to the salary column. If you want, you can use here also default constraint default and just giving the age is 18. Okay, now execute these two tables. Execute successfully created. Now I want to insert some data into this TBL register. So I have a insert into TBL register ID and we have a first name or last name, right? So first name, comma, last name, salary, age. Okay, these are the columns we have. And ID I'm giving the 1. And name, first name I given a Shiva, comma, last name I'm giving the Garika. Okay, and then salary, age. Coming to second, TBL register, copy this one, Control C, Control V, and then Control V, then Control V. Just change the TBL 1 instead of TBL register 1. Now I'm executing the first two scripts. Okay, for a TBL register table. Click on execute, successfully inserted. Now I want to see the data. Select star from TBL register. Okay. Now execute this one. If you see, ID is a duplicate, but in real time, ID should not be the duplicate. But rest of the values may be duplicate. Okay. Okay. Duplicate. It is a scenario. Now come to second query. Okay. This is a TBL register 1. Okay. I'm executing this query. First one I'm executing. Yes, it is executed successfully. We have to see the data in that table. Select star from TBL register 1. Okay, TBL register 1. Execute. Now we have a ID 1, name Shiva, and last time is Garika, salary, age I given. Now I want execute same query again. Okay, execute again. Now I'm getting the issue. Cannot insert a duplicate key in a object obj, dbo dot tbl register 1. Why it is not allowing duplicate? Because of primary key constraint. We used the primary key constraint. So this primary key doesn't allow duplicate values in a respective column. The primary key table can have only one primary key. Okay. I'm changing the value. Okay. I'm changing the value. TBL register 1, right? I'm giving the 2. ID is a 2. And now executing again this query. Okay. Execute. Still I'm getting the issue because I used the unique constraint. Cannot insert a duplicate key object dbo.tbl register 1 duplicate key values Garika. Okay. So I given a unique constraint to this first name and last name. So I have to change. I have to change here Shiva 1 and Garika 1. Now I am executing this query again. Click on execute. Okay. Cannot insert a duplicate key in a table register 1. I have to change the value, right? Because this is the ID 1 I given. Now I given a 2. Execute. Now successfully inserted. Now check the data is inserted or not. Execute. Now see, we have a two records. Okay, this first name and the last name and ID should be the unique because we used the primary key to the ID column and a unique constraint to the first name and last name column. Okay, if I execute a TBL register, okay, instead of 1, so I'm executing both the tables. If you see the TBL register, we did not use any constraints. That is why it is accepting the null values, sorry, duplicate values. So in real time, we have to use these constraint to the table to restrict some conditions. Okay, now we can understand the clearly the usage of primary key and unique constraint. In coming session, we learn the foreign key and create a index constraint. Okay, friends, thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.